You are 17 when the letter arrives, sealed with the emblem of the Islamic Republic. No one asks if you want this. The state has already decided. 2 years of mandatory service, but everyone in the neighborhood knows it can stretch to 5 or 10 if they need more bodies for the front lines or the bussage. Your mother folds the letter with shaking hands and cries quietly into her chador in the kitchen. Your father stares at the cracked wall and mutters, "It is your duty to the revolution and the supreme leader." You pack a small plastic bag, 2 shirts, a Quran with dog-eared pages, and a faded photo of your family that you hope they won't confiscate. The bus arrives before dawn. 40 other boys your age sit in silence. No phones, no music, only the diesel rumble and the smell of fear mixed with cheap cologne. Basic training is in the scorching desert outside Isfahan. The sun hits you like a hammer even at 4:30 a.m. Reveille. They shave your head until your scalp bleeds. They issue a uniform that either swallows you or chokes you, boots that tear open your heels on the first march. Breakfast is stale bread and tea so weak it tastes like hot water with dust. Lunch is the same rice with a few lentils floating like regrets. Dinner is colder rice. You learn fast, complain, and you run extra laps until someone collapses. When someone collapses, everyone runs longer. The instructors scream Quranic verses mixed with revolutionary slogans. You are the soldiers of Imam Mahdi. You are the iron fist of the supreme leader. They teach you to strip and reassemble a Kalashnikov blindfolded while someone shouts, "Takbir!" in your ear. They teach you to crawl under barbed wire while live rounds crack overhead. They teach you that hesitation equals treason. One night in the barracks, a boy from Tabriz whispers in the dark, "This isn't what I thought serving the revolution would feel like." The next morning, his bunk is stripped bare. No explanation, no questions. You learn the second unbreakable rule. Silence is survival. You stop dreaming of home. You stop feeling the blisters. You stop feeling almost anything except the weight of the portrait of Ayatollah Khamenei staring down from every wall. 6 months pass. Then your name is called. You are being transferred. Level 2. Conscript on the western border. You are 19 now. They send you to the freezing mountains near Iraq. The wind cuts through your thin uniform like a blade. Your rifle is scratched, older than you, but it still fires. Orders are brutally simple. Guard the border. Anyone crossing, smuggler, deserter, spy, even a desperate family, shoot on sight. No warning shots. No prisoners unless headquarters says so. You patrol in pairs. You don't talk. Talking leads to thinking. Thinking leads to doubt. Doubt leads to disappearance. It is 3 a.m. Snow dusts the rocks. You hear footsteps. A shadow slips between boulders. Your partner nods once. 1, you raise the rifle. 2, the figure reaches the wire. 3. If you shoot, you kill someone fleeing poverty or war. If you don't, you become the suspect. You hesitate half a second too long. A shot cracks from behind you. The shadow drops. Silence. Back at the outpost, the commander asks only one question. Why didn't you fire first? Your pause is written down. That pause now lives in your permanent file. You stop hesitating after that night. You aim at movement, not people. Your reports improve. Your loyalty score improves. 3 months later, they call you forward. Level 3, Corporal. You are 21. You now command 8 men. Not because you are brave, because you are reliable. You inspect uniforms, inspect weapons, inspect souls. Every letter from home passes through your hands first. Mother is sick again. The rent is 3 months late. We miss you, son. You decide what they are allowed to read. One night, a private whispers during guard duty, "Life must be better across the border." You hear it. You say nothing. But you write his name in the small notebook they gave you. The next morning, he is gone. No one asks. Your lieutenant nods the following week. Good revolutionary awareness. You understand something new on this mountain. On the border, you survive by shooting. Inside the unit, you survive by reporting. Level 4. Sergeant. You are 24. They send you to Tehran for officer training. The city feels like another planet. Clean streets, working streetlights, real meat twice a week. You wear pressed uniforms now. You study strategy, drone tactics, missile logistics. But the real curriculum is loyalty. You learn quickly. A brilliant officer who asks questions is far more dangerous than a loyal, mediocre one. Once a week, you sit in self-criticism circles. You must confess a weakness even if you invent it. I lacked sufficient revolutionary zeal during drills. I did not study the Supreme Leader's latest speech with enough devotion. If you confess nothing, you are hiding something worse. A classmate speaks too confidently, corrects a superior in front of everyone. 2 weeks later, he is reassigned to a remote logistics depot in Balochistan. No one says why. You inherit his responsibilities. Better barracks, higher clearance, closer to the real power. The pattern is now impossible to ignore. Talent is optional. Visibility is deadly. Loyalty must always scream louder than competence. Level 5. Lieutenant. You are 28. You are assigned as political officer to an IRGC missile battalion. Even the commanding colonel answers to you on ideological matters. Your job is not strategy. Your job is belief. Every week, the soldiers sit in a circle. They confess, "I felt tired during prayer. I hesitated when I saw the portrait of the leader." You take notes in the little green book. If no one confesses, you push harder. Silence is concealment. You notice everything. Who claps first during slogans? Who avoids eye contact? Who smiles too little? There is a young lieutenant, smart, respected, popular, dangerous. He does not criticize himself harshly enough. You write in your report, displays subtle, liberal, and individualistic tendencies. 2 weeks later, he is transferred to a labor battalion in Khuzestan. Your influence grows. You are invited to higher meetings, but one afternoon you are called upstairs. Your superior slowly turns the pages of your own reports. Your assessments lack revolutionary urgency. Someone has been assessing you. You built the machine of surveillance. Now the machine has turned its eyes on you. Level 6. Captain. You are 33. You oversee hundreds of men. You have a government car with a driver who never speaks, a larger apartment in Tehran, imported tea and dates at private dinners. Your children attend the better schools. Your parents are moved to better housing. The system rewards loyalty generously. You manage missile readiness reports, training cycles, security clearances. Your signature moves fuel and ammunition. Your approval moves careers. But everything is documented. Your phone is monitored. Your driver rarely speaks. Your security detail changes without warning. At high-level meetings, colonels speak with surgical precision. No one interrupts. No one jokes. A colonel you dined with last month fails to appear at the next session. His name is never spoken again. A missile test under your oversight malfunctions during rehearsal. It is recorded. An internal review begins quietly. No accusations, only calm, endless questions. Why was the timing adjusted? You answer carefully. The report is accepted. For now, you understand clearly, at this level, mistakes do not disappear. They wait. Level 7. Major. You are 38. You stand on the reviewing platform during parades in Tehran. Medals heavy on your chest, cameras everywhere. The world sees strength and unity. You feel exposed. You attend closed defense councils, missile programs, drone operations, proxy actions in the region. Phones are left outside. Notes are memorized, never written. Every sentence is weighed. Every pause is noticed. One day, a chair is empty. Last month, a colonel sat there. This month, no one mentions his name. A drone strike goes wrong publicly. Foreign media reports it within minutes. It becomes a national embarrassment. An investigation begins in silence. You are asked to publicly criticize an officer you have worked with for 15 years. If you defend him, you align yourself with failure. If you condemn him, you survive longer. You choose your words with surgical care. He disappears 2 weeks later. You sleep less now. Every knock on the door at night feels like the end. Level 8, Lieutenant Colonel inside the inner circle. You are 43. You are invited into the highest security council, private compound in the north of Tehran. No phones allowed, no written records. You advise directly on nuclear posture, proxy operations, strategic messaging to the nation. You dine in guarded villas with imported food and absolute privilege. For the first time in your life, you feel almost untouchable. Then, a major missile test fails in full view of foreign satellites. The images spread instantly. Silence descends on the council. No emergency meeting, no immediate blame. That silence is the signal. Someone has been chosen. Quiet investigations begin. Reports are rewritten. Old approvals are re-examined under new light. You're called in after midnight. No shouting. Just calm, relentless questions. Why was the launch window approved? Who validated the readiness report? Did you overlook signs of instability? You finally understand the truth the system never says out loud. It does not punish failure. It punishes exposure. You spent 25 years defending the structure, removing others for smaller mistakes. Now your own name appears in the internal summaries. Possible strategic misjudgment. Signs of reduced revolutionary decisiveness. You are reassigned, not executed, not imprisoned. Transferred to a remote desert training facility near the Afghan border. No access, no influence, no visibility. Level 9, the erased. You are 48. You live in that forgotten desert camp now. No newspapers reach you, no visitors, no classified briefings. You still wear the uniform, but no one asks for your opinion. Your phone was replaced long ago. Your driver was reassigned. Your security detail was reduced to one silent man who watches you more than he protects you. Your name has vanished from state media. Your portrait has been removed from every hallway in Tehran. Officially, you were repositioned for organizational needs. Unofficially, you are finished. You wake at 5 a.m. once again, exactly as you did when you were 17. Only now, no one salutes. You read readiness reports that once required your signature. Now they carry the name of a younger officer. Careful, loyal, newly visible, and already being watched.